do you believe in karma?
Yes. The one story that I remember is of Mum got pulled up for, she was overtaking someone and she had to speed up really quickly to get past because another car was coming. Anyway, the cop pulled her up because Mum was speeding, and anyway, she was a horrible cop, like she was really mean and all that, but Mum then, as the cop was walking away, Mum just had to get the last word. She's like, yeah, what goes around comes around, and then the cop just stopped and turned and was like, what did you say? And Mum just kind of made it worse, couldn't keep her mouth shut, and that happened.
That was 1 to Mum, cop 0. But
she's still got a ticket, pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure I got the maximum ticket that you could. I won. But in saying that, karma did get her because she's no longer a cop anymore.
She's no. Is that her choice? Did she?
I think she got hit by a truck.
Yeah. Okay.
After she parachuted out of an aeroplane and her chute didn't open and she landed on a road, splattered, truck ran over her. So karma is definitely a bitch.
Did you ever wish that you didn't have children?
Every day.
What would you be doing if you didn't have kids?
If I didn't have kids, I'd have money. I'd
You
have
wouldn't.
sanity.
We keep.
I never wish that I didn't have kids. I think that kids make everything that I do in my life worthwhile. For example, I started a new job this week at the newspaper, which is a really, really, really big thing for me. And I spoke to my youngest daughter, who's Brooklyn, and said to her, look, Mum's picture's on the front page of the paper, and there's 2 articles in there, have a look at it. About an hour later, I hadn't had any feedback, so I said to her, did you have a look at my articles, the first time I've ever been published? And Brooklyn said, no, I didn't. And I said, why? And she said, because I just couldn't be bothered. So that's why I have...
supportive children.
That's why I have kids, you know, like, I'm thinking when I get old and I'm in a old people's home and I'll be one of those people that goes like, you know, has anyone seen Connor? I haven't seen him. I'll be saying it to the cleaner, mind you, because I'm sure you two won't be there. And when I do finally ring him and go, Connor, why didn't you come in and see me? I can imagine he'll be like, oh, couldn't be bothered, or I forgot you were even in there. Right, do you think that your brother has wet dreams?
Oh God. Oh God. I don't ever think about that. I don't want to think about that. That's
Okay.
my brother.
Next question.
Ugh.
What about your dad? Alright, next question.
What age group of kids do you think you are best with? So like babies, high school?
Oh, definitely the 40-year-old kids. I'm definitely good with the 40-year-olds.
They're still kids when they're...
I think personally I'm great with teenagers, but you guys don't agree. If you could change one thing about me as a mum, what would it be? One thing.
That you would have showed more love to us, because now it's kind of like if you wanted me to say you love me, Tyler, I'd be like, ew, love's gross, or like if you're like, go hug Connor and apologize, I wouldn't hug him.
You've done it though. I've told you to go hug him.
But I wouldn't. But now I wouldn't. Like if you told me now.
All right. What does that mean then? What, you want me to hug you more often?
No, it's too late now. You should have. You missed your chance.
We hugged all the time. You slept in my bed till you were 8. I think you're just a cold fish.
Cold fish.
Cold fish.
Cold fish.
I always want to love you and hug you, and you're always like, seriously, Mum, don't be weird.
Yeah.
Do you love her?
Yes.
Brookie,
She so does.
Do you
She's
love
obsessed
her?
with me.
come on, like her self-esteem's on the line here.
Yeah. Jeez.
Do you love her? Be the truth. I know you love.
Be the truth.
Be the truth you want to see.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Be the truth.
Be the truth you want to see in the world.
She's my sister, so I have to love her.
Okay, so you do love her.
Oh, so you're
It is
forced.
by force. Everyone's
It's forced.
forced. But the point is, we still do. What about you? Do you love me?
Yes.
I don't always feel like that.
Would you get upset if I wanted to live in another country when I grow up?
No. When you grow up, that's fine.
Just be like, bye, Felicia.
Yeah, I'll come. I would like to have visiting destinations that I can come and visit around the world.
Do you expect me to pay for your tickets and that?
Nah.
No, you
But-
got this.
But it would be nice. It would be able to. Next time we did the question and said, "What's the best thing I've ever given you?" I'd be able to say
Life.
that ticket to
That ticket.
Rome. I think that you know, all I want for you guys is to be happy, whatever that shape takes. And I just think if you make bad choices in life, like I don't want you to go to jail, but then if you say to yourself, would I be happy in jail? I think the answer is no. So you can gauge, your best life path based upon the question, would that make me happy? And would that, disrespect anybody? I think that's a good way to live. And then from that, do I want to be a mermaid? Would that make me happy? I don't really like the salt water, so no, don't be one.
Have you ever run away from home?
No. No, but I kicked a few people out of my house. Nah, I haven't ran away from home. But I did get kicked out of home by Nana.
Oh, she kicked you out. Why? How old?
She kicked me out a lot of times, but from about 17 it started. One time I come home, I was about 19, and she'd put all my stuff in the driveway, and it was raining, and it was all out in the rain. I had to
You must
load
have been
it.
a little shit of a child.
I don't even think she was crazy, man. Like I know Nana, you think Nana's like nice and sweet. She had that hormone stuff going on that you've got going on. She went through menopause for like 10 years. You haven't even seen menopause yet. She was nuts and decided that I think the day she started to go through menopause, she decided to give up smoking. It was hell. It was like a tour of duty being her kid.
Some
shave your
dude,
legs.
he won't have to for years.
Can I just say as well, that's interesting because she just said, I hate shaving my legs. What did I say to you in grade 6 when you begged me to shave your legs?
Yeah, but that was different.
No, but this is my point.
See, but I still just wanted to be able to just shave my legs just so I could see what it was like to have smooth legs.
And what did I say?
You always told me no. You're like, no, you don't need to, no. And so I just did it at Shanae's house one time.
But why did I say no? Because once you start...
No, because you said then they just get hairier and hairier.
Exactly.
But
And
mine
then-
aren't even that bad. Mine are white and that, so I can get away with it.
See how she starts yelling? I mean...
She attacks me.
that
She
an
puts
attack?
me on the spot, okay? And she just asks like 20 questions like, why am I right, Tyler?
It's hard. This job's really hard. Questions. These questions are going on.
If you won the lottery, what would you spend it on?
Oh, that's easy. I would spend it on... What are they called? Reese's butternut chocolate things. Buttercups.
Butternuts.
I would buy the factory in every country of the world, and we would travel around every country
And try the different...
and just do
Buttercups.
quality checks, making sure they're up to standard. What about you? If you wanted...
I would definitely travel the world, but it wouldn't be for buttercups.
Oh,
I think it would be just so I could see the world, but...
statements that she makes.
Is it?
What are your parents like about what you should do?
You're always just like, just be happy, just be happy. But what if it turns out that I'm 22 years old and I'm still just at in your house, but I'm happy, so...
Then that's a success story. So long as I'm not paying for you. But I want you to be here when you're 35, unless you're happily married or happily living somewhere else. You will just belong with us forever. There's no lease.
It's gonna be you.
There's no,
Sitting in that same spot for another 20 years.
It could be him. There's no lease agreement or anything on when you have to move out, unless you shit me too much or come at my throat.
What's the most embarrassing thing you've ever done?
Oh, I couldn't even tell you.
You're pretty
I think I probably have told you about the time I went for the audition.
No? What
Okay.
audition?
Yeah, no, I'll have to. It's too long a story, but it's-
Audition for what?
Well, that's the embarrassing part.
Broadway.
Kind of. I went for an audition.
You can't sing.
Oh, exactly. This is where it got more embarrassing and dance, mind you.
Oh dear God.
Yeah, I went for I had to go. I was applying for I think it was Deakin or RMIT, one of the universities in Melbourne, for a drama degree, and I had to go for an audition. And I figured that I would just be getting up and doing some acting, and that was part of it. But what they also wanted was this is where I learned to interpretive dance. So they wanted some interpretive dance. They also wanted all different styles of dance. So we stood up.
Yellow.
Well, no, it was like
Orange.
It was Wiltering Tree, which I just looked at the girl next to me, right, and she went like this. She went like, and I was like, "There's no fucking way I'm doing that." So I went.
She's too cool.
I went Wiltering Tree. like that.
That's like petrified tree.
Petrified tree. Then they said frying egg. And I looked at the girl next to me and she went, ooh, ooh, yeah, she was like that. And I was like, there's no way I'm fucking doing that. So I went, ooh.
The same tree pose.
And there was a panel of 6 judges and there was about probably 20 of us that were doing it all at once. And then they said, all right, everyone, thanks very much for that. And we're now going to do some ballet. And I was like,
God, have you ever done ballet?
I never did ballet. I never did any dance whatsoever. And I'm like,
Why were you there?
Exactly. This is what I'm starting to ask myself at this point. That's exactly the point where I said to myself, what am I doing here? And how can I get out of it? Ballet. Now they said what we want you to do is we want you to line up in a line. So I went to the very back of the line. And I was like, no, you go, you're right, you go, no, in you go. Thinking hopefully we'll run out of time or something before we get to me. And the person who was this experienced ballet person...
You should have just said you had to puke or something and just run away.
Well, I don't quit. How does the story... anyway, so the story ends basically that the ballet dancer that came out the front in front of everyone did a few really like high...
Insane
ballet. And you had to copy it.
Oh no.
So these girls apparently were, you know, those overachievers that can dance, sing, act.
Triple threats.
Triple threat, is that what it's called? Okay. Plus they're nice looking. What does that make them?
Quadruple.
You don't even want to fuck with them. That's
Exactly. So, and here I am. And
she's got one thing.
I've got like,
that's it.
I had like 0.5 triple threat. 0.5 threat. Half a threat I was.
Half a threat.
And so they are all copying her. I went out there, right, and I was like, I've got this.
Fucking got this.
I've got this. I'm like, I've got to go for this because I want this so badly.
Why? What even is it again? Sorry.
Well, it was drama, but all of a sudden it turned out it was drama and dance, and nobody fucking told me.
Fucking told me.
So all of a sudden I'm like, do I go, listen, thank you for your time. I made a really big mistake, and I'm just gonna go home now. I can blush. Am I blushing? I can blush thinking about this story. Got to the front of the line, and they're like, "What's your name?" And I'm like, "Megan," and I was competitor 472, you know, whatever. And they're like, "Are you ready?" And I had the option to say, "I'm really sorry. I've made the biggest mistake of my life. I'm sorry for wasting your time. I will just exit right of stage." And
you did it. You said, "Yeah, I'm
something
ready."
said, something said, "You've got this.
Don't worry, you can wing this. You've never taken a single ballet class,
but I can do this." So I did, and oh my god, Anyway, after
picture it.
You got to picture it. I was there, living it, dying it. Anyway, after about, I don't know, I did seem to have a shorter audition than everybody else. He basically, one of the judges said, "Okay, thank you, Megan, very much. That's enough."
You got told to stop.
Wow.
They might as well just got like the cane and like took you up the stage. Like,
I went for a job interview once, and I spent hours getting myself ready in this big flowing skirt, and got to the appointment. Just as I went to step off the bloody tram to go in for the appointment, my skirt got caught in the tram door, and I'm like, holy crap, because luckily it was a big flowing one, so I had some movement, trying to get the door open. I'm like, thank God the tram didn't drive off with me stuck in it, and I'm like, whew. Anyway, I went for the interview, everything's great, went to the toilet afterwards, and I had a massive grease stain. A grease stain from the top to the bottom of the skirt, and I didn't know. I was like, thanks very much, you know, and hopefully I get the job. And I must have turned around and walked out, and they must have gone like, what's your most embarrassing moment? Oh, that doesn't involve
I was
me.
about to say, probably involves you, TBH. She's very calm with me.
So I guess, does that bring us to the end of another episode of Socom, episode 2? We thank you for watching, and please do stay tuned because Tyler is just brimming with creative ideas for this. She does not get dragged into this in any way, shape or form. And we will see you again very soon in the next episode of Socom. Tyler, is there anything you want to say?
Pimp squads. Gotta get you one.
Thank you.
Shots fired. Suspect down. Request EMT immediately.